Coming up on Fox 44 News at 9, we give you an update on a missing Fort Cavazos soldier. And we hear from experts on how to respectfully remember those who sacrificed their life this Memorial Day. Also, we spoke to actress and comedian Sherry Shepard about her upcoming trip to Killeen.
Live from Waco, Temple, and Killeen, your news now. This is Fox 44 News at 9.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for Fox 44 News at 9. I'm MG Montemayor. We begin tonight with an update on a missing Fort Cavazos soldier. Army Specialist Craig Chamberlain is reportedly found alive, according to Virginia Chamberlain, the soldier's mother. He was reported missing in mid-May in the Killeen area while stationed in Killeen at Fort Cavazos. Chamberlain's wife, Cameron Chamberlain, was found dead. That news comes from the 3rd Armored Corps at Fort Cavazos after putting out a statement expressing their condolences to Cameron's family and friends. Lieutenant Colonel Zachary Brainerd, commander of the 2nd Chemical Battalion at Fort Cavazos, said in a statement, quote, "We are thankful that Specialist Chamberlain has been found. We will continue to provide him with the care and assistance he needs." Memorial Day is a time to remember those who died in active military service. And though many are honoring the holiday weekend with events and ceremonies, for some, it's a day of grieving. Fox 44's PJ Hessner spoke to the Heart of Texas Behavioral Health Network about how we can honor the dead while supporting the living this holiday. PJ.
Thanks, MG. Memorial Day is an important day to be reminded of the sacrifices that the men and women of the armed services make to defend our country. But this holiday can be difficult for some who have lost a loved one. As you honor the day with ceremonies, fireworks, barbecues, and other festivities, keep in mind the veterans or their family members who are experiencing grief or PTSD. Vince Erickson with Heart of Texas Behavioral Network says when complete understanding of someone's pain is absent,
empathy can go a long way.
There are many reasons some find this holiday difficult to celebrate.
Oftentimes, they feel guilt and loss over the people who served during their time in the military.
And even though many are already seeking the counseling they need,
it is in the thousands each year.
Memorial Day can trigger feelings of anxiety or disconnect, especially for those who don't have friends or family to celebrate with.
And the holiday reminds them that they are alone and can add to their isolation.
Holidays can also be hard because some festivities revolve around alcohol. Erickson says to be mindful of those around you who struggle with substance abuse.
People may struggle wanting to participate in the celebration, but not wanting to relapse in their recovery.
Heart of Texas mental health crisis services are available 24/7 every day of the year. In Waco, PJ Hessner, Fox 44 News. To find out what resources are available to you, visit our website, fox44news.com. In the studio, PJ Hessner, Fox 44 News.
Thanks, PJ. Monday is Memorial Day, and several cities across Central Texas are holding special events to remember the men and women who died for our country. There will be a Memorial Day ceremony at the Central Texas State Veterans Cemetery in Killeen. It starts at 10 in the morning. Killeen Mayor Debbie Nash King will give the welcoming address, and wreaths will be laid at 10:45. There will be a Memorial Day ceremony at Hewitt Park that starts at 9 in the morning. The McLennan County Veterans Association is hosting the event. And the Heart of Texas Veterans One Stop is presenting a service at 10 a.m. at 2010 LaSalle Avenue in Waco. A barbecue for veterans will follow from 11 to 1 in the afternoon. One person is in the hospital and 2 people are in custody after a stabbing in Temple this morning. Police were called to the 1100 block of North General Bruce Drive, where they found a male victim who had been injured. He was taken to the hospital and his condition is unknown at this time. 1 male and 1 female were arrested. If you have any information on the incident, you are asked to contact the Temple Police Department. A pedestrian is dead after being struck by a car in Belton this morning. The accident happened near the North Main and MLK intersection. Police say the man was hit around 6 in the morning as he was crossing North Main. The man was given CPR at the scene and was taken to the hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. The victim's name has not been released and the investigation is ongoing. Texas lawmakers moved closer to a stunning impeachment vote against the state's attorney general, a rising star in national Republican politics. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more from New York.
The chair moves that the committee adopt the articles of impeachment.
A stunning reversal of fortune for a rising Republican star. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, known nationally for his hardline stance on immigration, is now facing 20 articles of impeachment from a House committee. It came after months of investigations into allegations including bribery, unfitness for office, and abuse of public trust, triggered by multiple complaints by whistleblowers.
They tried to advise him well, often, and strongly. And when that failed, each was fired after reporting General Paxton to law enforcement.
This is not the first time Paxton has faced legal trouble. He was indicted in 2015 on securities fraud charges, and he's currently being investigated by the FBI for allegedly using his office to help his political backers. If he's impeached, he would have to leave office immediately under state law. But it's not clear how much support the measure will have. Paxton says lawmakers are trying to, quote, overthrow the will of the people. And Texas has only impeached 2 lawmakers in its history. The last time was almost 50 years ago. But lawmakers say this investigation is different. The evidence is overwhelming, and they predict the impeachment will be successful.
It's really unfortunate, and I think the fact that this has come this far tells you that this is serious enough that people are looking past party labels.
Impeachment requires a simple majority vote in the Texas House of Representatives. The trial would then move to the state Senate. In New York, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Congressman John Carter, whose district includes parts of Fort Cavazos, has reintroduced a bill that would prohibit the housing of illegal immigrants on military installations in the United States. The bill is called the Resist Executive Amnesty on Defense Installations Act, and it is co-sponsored by Representative Pete Sessions, Brian Babin, Pat Fallon, Michael McCall, and Troy Nehls of Texas. Representative Carter says America's military has one job: housing illegal migrants on military installations detracts from that duty and represents a massive security risk. Waco ISD will be offering free meals to all kids during the summer months. The Waco ISD Seamless Summer Option Summer Feeding Program provides free meals to all children ages 1 to 18, regardless of where they live or go to school. To receive a free meal, a child can come to any participating school, community, or mobile location during breakfast and or lunch serving times. You can visit our website, fox44news.com, for details on the locations of the free meals. The Stuart C. Meyer Harker Heights Public Library and the Harker Heights Healthy Homes Division are proud to partner with Operation Eat. It is a newly developed community youth feeding initiative that provides fresh, kid-inspired meals completely free. The program starts on June 5th, lasting through June 30th, every Monday through Friday, with the exception of June 19th. Families must register each child beforehand. The location is 400 North Indian Trail in Harker Heights. The free meals will be served from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. Kids ages 18 and younger are eligible for the free meal. Famous actress and comedian Sherri Shepherd is coming to Killeen on June 2nd and 3rd for a comedy tour. She's bringing fellow comedian and friend Kim Whitley. Fox 44's Adam Hooper had a chance to speak with Shepherd today about what you can expect when she and Kim roll into town and how it all got started.
Well, Kim Whitley and I are best friends. We've known each other for 30 years. When we were stand-up comics, we lived across the street from each other. Neither one of us had furniture. She stayed longer than I did. I got evicted because I was struggling. Kim taught me how to wear wigs. Now she steals my wigs. I mean, we're so close. And we decided about 4 years ago to do a podcast called Two Funny Mamas during the pandemic, where we just kept people laughing to escape. Well, we've won 2 NAACP Image Awards for Outstanding Podcasts, and we decided we wanted to take that funny on the road because we're both stand-up comics. So it's like they can expect like a vaudeville act. We come out and we talk unscripted for about 15 or 20 minutes about everything in life, and it's hysterical funny. And then we break off and we each do our stand-up for about 20, 25 minutes. And then we take questions and take questions, we'll answer them. Everything is funny. There's not one segment of what we do that's not funny. And then sometimes we'll break out into a duet and do a little song and dance number, but it's like a big variety show. And it's just Kim and I.
That sounds amazing. I got to say, I did look up some video of it in preparing for the interview, and you guys play off of each other well. I would imagine, one, because y'all are both hilarious women, and y'all have known each other for so long, but I was watching the Louis Vuitton conversation where y'all went in, and y'all are hilarious.
Thank you so much. I think that's why it works. Literally, we can stand on stage and talk about anything unscripted for 95 minutes. That's our longest that we've been on stage together. And we just have that chemistry because we know each other so well. Kim is all over the place. She's adult ADD, and I'm more of the straight man to kind of bring her down, but together it just works.
Sherry Shepard and Kim Whitley will be at the Twice as Funny Comedy Lounge June 2nd and 3rd with 2 shows each day, but you can catch Sherry on our channel every weekday at 1 p.m. Coming up, what challenges lawmakers are facing as they try to come up with a deal in the debt ceiling negotiations. And why the start of hurricane season just around the corner. We analyze what to expect. Those details next.
This is Fox 44 News at 9 with Adam Hooper, MG Montemayor, AMS certified chief meteorologist Mike LaPointe, and sports with Eric Kelly.
It's time to boldly go where no celebrity has gone before. Mars.
Try me, alien.
It's the final countdown. It's Ashley's Memorial Day weekend sale. Be one of the first to take advantage of these must-have items, now under $500. And get up to 50% off Spotlight deals. Or get no interest for 72 months. Only at Ashley.
This segment is brought to you by First Choice Dents, painless dent repair.
Love is bigger than ever. The 3-row Subaru Ascent. Dog tested, dog approved. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
I'm attorney Ted Lorenz. For years and years you've heard me talk. Now I'd like you to hear what some real folks have to say about Lorenz and Lorenz.
Once I called Ted Lorenz, they did everything. I didn't have to do anything.
I am really so glad that I had Ted working so hard to get what I truly deserved.
I'm just so grateful that I was helped in a time of need.
Being on top of it is more than just words, it's action as well.
Ted's team was on top of it.
254-662-4800.
When it's more than just your lawn, it deserves the Kubota Z400. When you need a head-turning offer on class-leading speed, agility, durability, simple deck height adjustments, and a professional-grade cut, then you need the Kubota Z400 mower. Now get the Z400 mower for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months or save $300.
WC Tractor, now with 6 convenient locations to serve you. Find us at WCTractor.com.
We are Astound Broadband. Experience the #1 rated internet for $25 all in with a 2-year price lock. Connect to a world of possibilities. Get fast, reliable internet at our best price ever. We are Astound Broadband. Switch today.
Join Fox 44 in celebrating Asian Pacific Heritage Month, May 1st to May 31st.
Ashley's Memorial Day mattress sale is going on now. Right now, you can save $1,000 on select Sealy mattresses or get no interest for 72 months on top bedding brands. Give yourself the restful, rejuvenating sleep you need to be your best self this summer. Only at Ashley.
44 weather forecast with Weather Rate certified meteorologist Haley Fitzpatrick.
Well, another Friday here and gone across central Texas. It was warm. Wasn't too bad though. Dew points were in those lower 60s, so it's still warm. A little bit on the humid side, but it could have been worse, right? Here's our almanac for today. Afternoon high temperature of 87 degrees. Before that, we woke up to an overnight low of about 61. The average high temperature should be about 88, so we are right near average for this time of year. I should say right near normal. Our pollen count for today brought to you by Daniel Stark looks like this. A low count for the mold and the weeds, but still hanging on to a high count for the tree pollen and the grass pollen at this moment. Temperatures are still pretty nice here. across much of the region. We're in the 70s and 80s. Off in the Panhandle, they're in those mid to upper 60s because they've been having those showers and thunderstorms over the last several days. There's a sitting low pressure system off in that area, and that's been sparking that severe weather in that direction. Like I said, over the last couple days since about Monday or Tuesday, but still pretty high and dry here. 74 right now in Waco, 81 down in the College Station area. Our winds right now are pretty light. We kind of have an easterly, northeasterly motion east of I-35. If you're living west of I-35, you have more of a easterly wind, and we are seeing those wind speeds anywhere between maybe 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, going to be nice. Temperatures are going to settle in those lower 60s under mainly clear skies. A few high cirrus clouds across the area, but for the most part, looking pretty high and dry here for the first half of your Memorial weekend. Second half, unfortunately, we do have some storm chances in the area. We'll talk about that in my full 10-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Till then, MG, back to you.
Thanks, Haley. Environmentalists across the country are up in arms. Today, the Supreme Court ruled the EPA can no longer regulate pollution in certain wetlands. The 5-4 decision strikes down the regulation that says only wetlands with a surface connection to a larger body of water are subject to the Clean Water Act. Jim Murphy with the National Wildlife Federation says the decision will impact millions of Americans.
Wetlands are very, very important in protecting a lot of people's drinking water. They're the kidneys of our water systems. They're the sponges of our water systems. There is no better natural system to protect you from flooding.
Kansas Republican Tracy Mann calls the regulation unnecessary and costly. It's why in March, House Republicans voted to overturn new water rules from the Biden administration. The president's administration is vowing to push back.
Beginning June 1st, 6 days from today, hurricane season begins. The hurricane experts at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, a division of the National Weather Service, announced the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season outlook this week. What they expect is near normal hurricane activity in the Atlantic this year. A forecasted total of 12 to 17 named storms projected. 5 to 9 of those will be hurricanes, and out of those, 1 to 4 are forecasted to be major hurricanes at Category 3 strength or higher. Not only that, they released a summary of the alphabetical list of Atlantic tropical cyclone names as selected by the World Meteorological Organization. So why aren't forecasters expecting a busier hurricane season? The primary cause for less activity this hurricane season has to do with the effects of an incoming and likely robust El Nino developing by the end of the summer. We've known its effects over the United States, cooler than average temperatures and more precipitation to the south. But how will it affect the Gulf of Mexico? Well, El Nino is characterized by warmer than normal water in the Pacific, which generates weaker trade winds near the equator and intensifies the jet stream. What that means, El Nino produces stronger westerly winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere in the Atlantic Basin and the Caribbean Sea. And this increases the winds the further up in height you go in the atmosphere. When hurricanes form, and you have winds in the upper levels moving at a faster speed or maybe a different direction than winds at the surface, that wind shear cuts off the top of a tropical cyclone, essentially tears apart a developing tropical cyclone or reduces the likelihood of it from strengthening. But with the suppression of tropical storm development due to wind shear, will tropical cyclone development be able to overcome that? Keep in mind, the Caribbean Sea already has very warm water, and we have not officially started the hurricane season yet, but warm water is a primary key ingredient for fueling tropical cyclone development. Our hurricane coverage here at Fox 44 News will be of the utmost importance through the summertime months, and we plan to keep you advised days ahead if and when these cyclones enter the Gulf of Mexico, and we will have up-to-date coverage on the path which they follow. Keep it here with Fox 44 News. We warn you first.
Thanks, Haley. Top Republicans and the White House are optimistic about reaching a compromise that would allow the U.S. to keep paying its bills. The pressure is reaching a peak with less than a week to go before the June 1st deadline. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
Here we are, night after night after night, and the pressure is more.
House Republicans and the White House say they're getting closer to striking a debt ceiling deal, but they're not there yet. And one of the top negotiators for Speaker Kevin McCarthy says the work is only getting harder.
The details are thornier. The consequences are greater.
There are still several sticking points. One is new or expanded work requirements for some federal aid programs. Many House Democrats are rejecting that proposal, but Republicans aren't dropping it.
Hell no, not a chance. Not happening.
The U.S. Treasury's balance is now under $50 billion. A default could throw the country and international markets into chaos.
We think of the U.S. Treasury market as an anchor for the global financial system, and this anchor needs to halt.
A Fox News poll shows a majority of voters believe the debt limit should only be lifted if spending cuts are imposed, and 63% think failing to raise it would be financially catastrophic for the U.S.
Americans, I think, are sick of this, and what we are seeing in a reflection of these polls, not only more than 500 days away from the general election, so I'm not real worried, is they're buying into the doom and gloom of the headlines. The problem is this is deja vu.
Striking a deal is not the only challenge. Finding the right mix of Republican and Democratic votes could also be difficult and press Congress up against the debt ceiling deadline. In Washington, Malda Rivera, Fox News.
A new Iowa law limits gender identity instruction and bans books depicting sex acts. Republican Governor Kim Reynolds signed the legislation today, banning teachers from discussing gender identity and sexual orientation issues with students grades through grade 6. It also requires the removal of all books showing sex acts from school libraries. Under the new law, school administrators would be required to notify parents if students asked to change their pronouns or names. Several other GOP-controlled state houses across the nation have also enacted similar laws.
Fox 44 Sports with Eric Kelly.
Well, the state tournament is now just around the literal corner for high school baseball and softball teams around the state, with the start for softball scheduled for next week, and baseball set to round out the spring schedule the week after. And with that, this weekend has plenty of high-profile matchups involving area teams that still have a chance to take that next step towards a ticket to Austin for their respective tournaments, with Saturday showcasing several winner-take-all games involving Central Texas baseball and softball teams. We'll break down what the Saturday slate will look like and the scenario surrounding each team. That's coming up later in the show. Meanwhile, the run for Texas A&M on the baseball diamond continues in Hoover, Alabama today as the Aggies get a top 5 win over LSU, and it took place in a situation that Jim Schlossnagel's team has thrived in so far this season. We'll have more on that, and we'll have those highlights coming up later in the show as well. For now, that's sports. MG, back to you.
Thanks, Eric. Coming up, we spoke with a group who help veterans and first responders with post-traumatic stress disorder. And the busy summer travel season starts this weekend, causing fear amongst travelers over possible flight delays.
This Allergy Report is brought to you by the Daniel Stark Law Firm. Demand Daniel Stark.
It takes a substantial amount of aggression to fight this battle. Insurance companies are bullies. They need somebody that's going to bully back. Here at Daniel Stark, we've got your back. We know your story is unique and full value matters.
We will put the full weight of our resources, our size, to make sure that you do not get screwed by big insurance companies.
Right now at the Rooms to Go mattress sale, buy this king, queen, full, or twin size Kingsdown mattress and get the second mattress, same size or smaller, free. That's this Kingsdown mattress. Buy one, get one free. Now at Rooms to Go.
That's for you to decide, but you should know the facts. I'm not looking to tell people what to believe or what to think. I am here to tell you two things.
Cuomo. Boy, I hesitate to say this, but I agree with Chris Cuomo. You don't have to like the outcomes, but we have to trust the outcomes. Let's talk about all of it.
This is the most in-depth and actually thoughtful conversation on this topic I've ever had.
So what do you think? Vet it, weigh it, be a free agent.
Cuomo. Weeknights at 8/7 Central on News Nation.
In Texas, every day can be an adventure. That's why we created the Ford Explorer, an SUV for adventures big and small. It's designed to see what you can't with an available 360-degree camera and voice-activated Sync 3 to stay connected. Plus, it's the all-time best-selling SUV in America. Be adventure-ready with Ford Explorer.
Now get a new 2023 Ford Explorer with 3.9 financing for 60 months, plus $2,000 bonus cash. See your best in Texas Ford dealer.
With the new Flextra Credits plan from Reliant, you can spice things up a little or a lot. That's because every week the 2 days used the most electricity are free, up to 8 a month. Plus, you get 3 $25 bill credits to cash in during your plan. There's living, and then there's living Flextra. Flextra Credits, powered by 100% solar. Reliant, that's power your way.
Being the new face of Don't Mess with Texas comes with a lot of responsibility. Thanks.
I'll never litter, Joe.
Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter.
We are Fox 44 News, your news now.
It's the Rooms to Go Memorial Day sale. Right now, choose between these 2 beautiful bedroom sets with your choice of king or queen bed with dresser and mirror. Just $12.95 or $24 a month. Right now during the Rooms to Go Memorial Day sale.
And College Station. This is Fox 44 News at 9.
Welcome back. A group of mothers here in Texas is taking on the fentanyl crisis. They were behind the bill which just passed the legislature requiring public schools to educate students on the dangers of the drug. Fox's Casey Stiegel looks at the grassroots efforts from Dallas.
This is happening. This is lurking in our streets. It is something that all of our kids have access to through social media.
Stephanie Turner's story has sadly become commonplace in America. Her 19-year-old son Tucker died from fentanyl poisoning after taking a fake Percocet he bought online.
There is a war happening right now, and we have kind of rose up and we're getting traction.
Stephanie linked up with other moms who share similar heartbreak.
It was clear that my daughter did not die of an overdose. It was definitely clear that she was poisoned by somebody.
So the women decided to turn pain into prevention, bringing their fight all the way to the State House.
They're a force to reckon with.
It's so easily accessible.
A force that got such overwhelming support from both sides of the aisle.
31 ayes, no nays.
New legislation was passed this week, which would require Texas public schools introduce curriculum for 6th graders through high school seniors about the dangers of fentanyl.
You can have the detection portion, and then you can have Narcan as a solution for the overdose. But the fact of the matter is we got to get at root cause.
Having frank, candid conversations inside the classroom, proponents say, is a start. And that is what the aptly named Tucker's Law is all about.
I know this isn't how he wanted to be remembered, but I know that he will be remembered, and this will save lives. And I'm honored that I got to be his mom for 19 years and that I get to carry his name in this law.
Oregon is the only other state so far to pass similar legislation. 2 others are looking at it, California and Illinois. That's the latest from Dallas. Casey Stiegel, Fox News.
Skeleton Crew Adventures is a nonprofit for veterans and first responders to help with post-traumatic stress. The group finds healing through sailing on the sea. They're helping veterans and first responders to find peace on the water. It's called the Ocean Globe Race. This team of veterans and first responders will participate in the largest ocean sailing race of our generation. The race is an 8-month adventure on the water. This is the 50th anniversary of every 4-year race, and they'll be doing this all on sailboats. Skeleton Crew Adventures has been taking on sailing as a way for veterans and first responders to cope with their PTSD through adventure therapy around the globe since 2016. Founder Taylor Greiger and Clayton Young say that it's a great opportunity to give veterans that sense of community, hope, and peace.
My brother has also gone through PTSD whenever he got back out of the Navy, and it's hard on people, and I don't think it's talked about enough, honestly. The repercussions that come from it, the help that's needed from it, it's not there right now fully, and I'm hoping that this race is that one little leg that helps maybe pop an idea into someone's brain that can change our future.
You can help donate to help the Skeleton Crew to reach their goal of $50,000 by scanning the QR code on your screen, and you can also visit SkeletonCrewAdventures.org. Every bit counts. If you can help them reach their goal by June 10th, you're helping to make a difference in veterans' lives.
The Fox 44 weather forecast with Weather 8 certified meteorologist Haley Fitzpatrick.
Well, we're settling into a pretty quiet night here across central Texas. A few high cirrus clouds over the area, but for the most part, no rain in the forecast for us for the next 24 hours or so. Newsflash, the first half of Memorial Weekend looks to be nice. Second half, we are going to introduce some scattered rain chances back into the area. Right now, this is our Live Syntex Roof System Sky Tracker right here in Waco. Again, not a whole lot going on. Temperatures are still pretty warm in those mid-70s, 74 degrees. We have a 61-degree dew point, so not too bad out there. Winds are pretty light out of the northeast right now here in Waco at 5 miles per hour. All across the board, those temperatures range from the 70s to the 80s, still hanging on to 81 degrees in College Station, 75 in Mejia, 74 is your current temperature in Temple, 75 is your current condition over in Killeen. And like I said, winds east of I-35 have mainly been out of the northeast. West of I-35, they've been out of the east. So it's kind of a range for us here. Those wind speeds vary anywhere between maybe 5 to 7 miles per hour. They were a little bit higher earlier this afternoon, but now that the sun's gone down, those winds are starting to calm, and they're going to remain calm overnight tonight into most of the day tomorrow. So if you're headed out to any of the lakes this weekend, looking to be pretty good. A lot of these lakes are still below the water level in which they should be at, but I was checking temperatures of lakes all across central Texas earlier this afternoon, probably about 3, 4 o'clock, and they were all ranging in the 70s. So maybe kind of chilly when you first jump in if you are headed out to the lake, but then, you know, once you get used to it, you'll be fine. But here's what I was talking about. There's those high cirrus clouds, maybe some puffy cumulus clouds in the picture with us. No rain on radar here across central Texas. If we zoom this out into more of a regional picture here across much of the region, like I said, most of that convection, those heavier storms, have been off to our west. This is the same low pressure system that is basically just locked in place off in West Texas into New Mexico. They've had rounds of severe weather day after day after day. I know it's getting exhausting for them over in that direction, but we're going to see another little disturbance move in Sunday into Monday, and unfortunately that's going to bump up those rain chances for the end of the weekend into early next week. Adding those rain chances in, we're also going to see temperatures falling from the upper 80s tomorrow, mid 80s on Sunday, lower 80s on Monday, 20% chance for a couple showers, maybe an isolated storm on Sunday, and then we're going to bump that up to a 30% chance on Monday. Again, it's not going to be a widespread thing, not a big washout by any means. Like I said, very scattered on Sunday. It could be a little bit more scattered heading into Monday, or a little bit more widespread, I should say, heading into Monday. But for the most part, not everybody's going to see rain this weekend. So waking up tomorrow morning, mainly clear skies, storms still firing off to our west. Again, they'll try to trail in here Saturday afternoon into the evening hours, but our atmosphere is going to be basically too stable to hold them up, and they basically die out. But I think our far western counties from San Saba, possibly Lampasas, Mills, could see a spot shower or two heading into Saturday afternoon. Sunday, I think this model kind of overdoes it a little bit. It shows a lot of greens, a lot of yellows. It shows a lot of us here across central Texas seeing some rain, but we're holding rain chances on Sunday pretty steady at about a 20% chance. So again, not everybody's going to see rain on Sunday. Monday, I think those rain chances do tick up a little bit. They're going to be a little bit better here on our Monday afternoon and evening for a few of us to see some more rain than we do on Sunday. Tonight, we're going to see an overnight low of 63 degrees, mostly clear, pretty quiet night here across central Texas. Tomorrow, we'll see highs kind of like today in the mid to upper 80s here. A pretty calm day for us. Like I said, those rain and storm chances are going to be well west of Central Texas in the western portions of our viewing area. They're going to stay away from Waco, Temple, and Killeen, as well as the Brazos Valley. But it's looking to be a pretty nice day on Saturday. Sunday, I mean, with that little rain chance, not going to be terrible, but we're still going to see temperatures in the 80s. Don't cancel any plans this weekend. If you have plans on Monday and they're going to be outdoors, I'm not going to say cancel them, but maybe just find, you know, a plan B or an option B just in case. I'm hoping that if we get any sort of storms and they move in here, I'm hoping they move out of here pretty quick. We're going to fine tune that forecast over the weekend. Bryan College Station, we'll see a high of 87 tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds, dropping to the mid 80s on Sunday and Monday. So like I said, I mean, if we do have storm chances this weekend, it's not going to be a widespread washout. No severe weather expected with that too.
That's good.
Yeah, no severe weather.
I don't mind this kind of rainier weather. Last year was way hot.
Oh
this time,
my
so
gosh.
You know what? I'll take this any day.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure,
Yeah,
so.
we'll be okay.
Yeah,
we'll be okay.
We can make it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Haley. The summer travel rush is kicking off this holiday weekend with millions taking to the roadways and airports to get away. After widespread flight delays and cancellations last year, airlines are promising not to repeat last summer's chaos. Fox's Alexis McAdams has more from Newark Airport in New Jersey.
Instead of driving, we decided to fly.
With 10 million travelers expected through TSA checkpoints this holiday weekend, the nation's airlines promising there will not be a repeat of that widespread flight delay and cancellation pattern that happened last summer. Those staffing shortages, outdated technology, scheduling issues, and labor disputes resulted in stranded passengers and lots of lost luggage.
It's the Memorial Day and it's always like the craziest weekend to travel in America.
With the FAA warning that travel volumes could hit record levels, the industry faces a major test. United predicting this Memorial Day weekend will be its busiest in more than a decade, and Delta expects a whopping 17% spike in passengers from last year. But a shortage of air traffic controllers across the country forcing airlines to adjust their schedules. Still, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas confident there will not be a rerun of 2022.
TSA is also using new technology to screen people. We're reducing the number of false alarms, so everybody, all passengers, are moving through more quickly.
Now, the Biden administration has some new rules that would require airlines to compensate passengers if they have any major delays or cancellations. Reporting at Newark Liberty International Airport, I'm Alexis McAdams, Fox News.
Coming up, we share the story of a paralyzed man who, with the help of new technology, has regained the ability to walk. And new numbers are out showing the amount of people who are hospitalized from COVID. We'll share those when we return.
This weather segment is brought to you by Centex Roof Systems, your hometown roofer. Call today, 751-7700.
I've known Tony now for about 9 years, which is about the time I've been a minister here at the Church of Christ in Groesbeck. I've known his son for a while, but I did not know his son was now moving into the business with him. And it was great interacting with him. He's a young man, and he's going to do his dad proud with this business. This is just a great roof. It's going to do us good for a long time. And we're glad to have Centex Roof Systems involved in making this possible for us.
God bless Texas.
Get on-demand control wherever you go. Drive the SUV from the car brand named #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Visit your local Mitsubishi dealer today.
During the massive 4-day sale at Furniture Row, when we say the savings are massive, we mean massive. Shop today and take $100 off every $1,000 you spend, and watch the savings stack up. And with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to design a new living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. Check out Doorbusters and save 50%. Plus 6 years, no interest. But don't wait. Savings this massive won't last.
I feel amazing now. Life after surgery changed my whole life. I felt like I was reborn again. I felt happy. I go to the gym, I can run 10 minutes without stopping. I just love how everything looks on me.
Hi, this is Pastor Ramiro Pena, inviting you to join us every Sunday morning here on Fox 44 at 9:30 a.m.
It's Teacher's Night.
Can these educators school Shazam for $1 million?
Turn their classroom into a cash room.
Beat Shazam, all new Tuesday on Fox.
Get on-demand control wherever you go. Drive the SUV from the car brand named #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power. Visit your local Mitsubishi dealer today.
COVID hospitalizations are hitting a nationwide record low. The CDC says this past week, 8,256 people were hospitalized across the U.S. with the virus for the first time since tracking of COVID hospitalizations that began in the summer of 2020. The number is a record low. Hospitals are required to report a weekly list of COVID metrics to the CDC to help track the spread until April of 2024. This is the third straight year with record lows around these months. According to data from the National Spinal Cord Injury Statistical Center, there are roughly 18,000 new spinal cord injuries in the U.S. every year, with men making up nearly 80% of new cases. But now, a new device could help reverse the effects of the damage, and it's already helping one paralyzed person regain their mobility. Fox's Marianne Rafferty takes a closer look.
A biking accident 12 years ago robbed Hertian Oskam of his mobility, damaging his spinal cord and leaving him with paralyzed legs. But thanks to groundbreaking research from scientists in Switzerland, Oskam is walking again.
Within 5 to 10 minutes, I could control my hips.
Implants were placed on Oskam's brain and spinal cord. Now when he thinks about walking, the brain implant sends a message to a computer he wears in a backpack. The computer passes the electrical signal from the brain to the implant on his spine, allowing him to move his legs. A special headpiece keeps all the implants connected to the software in the backpack.
To walk, the brain must send a command to the region of the spinal cord responsible for the control of movements. When there is a spinal cord injury, this communication is interrupted. Our idea was to re-establish this communication with a digital bridge, like an electronic communication between the brain and the region of the spinal cord that is still intact, that can control the leg movement.
But even more remarkable, after about 40 sessions of rehab using the device, neurosurgeons say Oskam was able to start moving his legs and feet when the device was turned off,
suggesting that this digital bridge also promote the growth of new nerve connections.
Using crutches, Oskam is now able to walk a short distance on his own. Researchers are recruiting more people to test their device and looking to use a similar technique to help restore movement to paralyzed arms. Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
Elon Musk's Neuralink gets the green light to test brain implants in humans. The company calling the FDA's clearance an important first step for its technology. It's intended to enable brains to interface directly with computers. For people suffering with severe paralysis like ALS, they could type with their minds. The implant would communicate with the neural signals of the brain and move a cursor to communicate what the person is thinking, and trial recruitment is not yet open. Coming up in entertainment news, we'll tell you what's new in the Hollywood Nation.
It's the most patriotic day in racing. So we let freedom ring with the thunder of horsepower. The Coca-Cola 600, Sunday on Fox.
This is gonna be tough. I mean, that's a bag full of Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches with tangy buffalo sauce and creamy buttermilk ranch, melty Monterey Jack cheese, and 3 crunchy chicken strips. How long will you have to wait before you enjoy yours? Oh, about that long. Whataburger's Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwich is back for a limited time, just like you like it.
When the Davises booked their Verbo vacation home, they didn't know about this view. Or the 200-year-old tree in the backyard. Or their neighbors down the hill. But one thing they did know is exactly how much they'd pay. Because Verbo is different. You see the total price up front. Of course, it's good to leave room for some surprises.
We put a lot of value in our Waco landmarks.
From the top of the Alico building
to Cameron Park Zoo, from the suspension bridge
to Lake Waco, from the Magnolia Silos
to the Texas Sports Hall of Fame.
Why not visit all the sites in a new Toyota?
We're proud of our Texas roots. We love calling Waco our home, and we're happy and honored to serve you. Jeff Hunter Toyota. Toyota quality. Waco values.
Need cash? TitleMax offers 2 ways to get it. Get cash using your car title. Go to TitleMax.com, enter the car year, make, model. See how much you can get. TitleMax also offers personal loans. No title required. Check out TitleMax.com when you need more cash. Check out TitleMax.com for rates. Check out TitleMax.com. All credit types accepted. Find out why so many people say,
I got my title back with TitleMax.
I got my title back with TitleMax.
Get your title back with Title Max.
It's important to me to keep your kids safe when the weather becomes severe and to know how the weather looks at the game. My kids are out there too.
AMS and Weather 8 certified most accurate Chief Meteorologist Mike LaPointe. Weeknights at 5:30, 6, and 9. You can trust Mike LaPointe and the Fox 44 Storm Team to warn you first and keep you safe.
Pop star Celine Dion has canceled all of her upcoming tour dates amid a vicious health battle. The Grammy Award winner has scrapped her tour dates through April of next year as she continues to receive treatment for a rare neurological disorder. So far, 42 tour dates in countries like England, Ireland, France, and the Netherlands have been canceled. The 55-year-old announced earlier this year that she was diagnosed with stiff person syndrome, a neurological disorder that causes rigid muscles and painful spasms, often triggered by light touch or loud noises. The My Heart Will Go On singer also says the spasms have affected the use of her vocal cords. An iconic show gets a pop-up event. The Barbie movie soundtrack features some of the music's biggest names and more. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has all of the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
The best day ever.
It is the best day ever. Barbie heads to a new world, Gosling sings, and Sex and the City celebrates in the Hollywood Nation. Sex and the City fans will get the chance to relive some of their favorite moments from the series. Max and Sarah Jessica Parker announced the New York City pop-up, and just like that, it's been 25 years, a Sex and the City experience. And just like that, the event sold out. The 4-day immersive experience celebrates the iconic show's special anniversary, as well as the season 2 premiere of its reboot series. It will feature Carrie Bradshaw's apartment, fashionable looks, an exclusive line of merchandise, and a cosmopolitan bar starting June 8th. Dolph Lundgren has joined the Witcher universe. During an interview with a Swedish news outlet, the action star revealed he's in South Africa shooting for The Witcher's spin-off series. He did not reveal details about his role. The news comes ahead of the main show's season 3 premiere on June 29th. Ryan Gosling is bringing his Kenergy to the Barbie movie soundtrack. It will feature an original song by Gosling, who is part of a star-studded lineup that includes Dua Lipa, Lizzo, and Charli XCX. The soundtrack will be released the same day as the film on July 21st. Diamonds under my eyes. Speaking of Barbie, Warner Brothers released the official trailer featuring Margot Robbie's Barbie taking on the real world alongside her boyfriend Ken, played by Gosling. This is the real world. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Well, MoviePass is back with a new plan for fans of the big screen. The subscription-based movie ticketing service is under new ownership after filing for bankruptcy in 2020. Subscribers will be able to choose from 4 different plans with a price range starting at $10 a month. Each tier comes with a certain amount of credits subscribers can use at more than 4,000 movie theaters nationwide. Peak showtimes and popular movies will cost more credits. Leftover credits can be rolled over to the next month. Up next in sports, we have a full breakdown of Saturday scenarios for local baseball and softball teams as they look to get one step closer to a state championship.
Join Fox 44 in celebrating Asian Pacific Heritage Month, May 1st to May 31st.
They've got them, they've got them, they've got them, and we've got them. What makes Waco Mattress Center the clear choice to buy from? Our outstanding customer service and expertise in the mattress industry. No high-pressure sales, no commissioned salespeople, and no gimmicks. Just the best brands like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. I'm Carol Weaver with Waco Mattress Center, your local mattress expert. Thank you for your business and keeping it local.
Waco Mattress Center.
Get even more during Ram Memorial Day sales event at now Maxwell Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Killeen. All 1,500 Ram Laramie Edition crew cabs are 23% off sticker or save $14,825 on 23 Dodge Durango. Now Maxwell's got your big saving.
At HEB, our commitment to Texas extends beyond our own aisles to the miles and miles of Texas state parks. Find a park near you and learn more about our efforts at ourtexasourfuture.com.
And we are all clear.
Whoa, you see that?
What?
Craftsman style, 3-bed, 2-bath.
Huh?
Me and the wife are house hunting. Just got pre-approved for a mortgage with Navy Federal Credit Union. No down payment.
Roger that.
Yeah, roof's in good shape, and it's on a cul-de-sac.
Get 100% financing from a top 5 VA loan provider.
Bank left. There's another listing on Walker Road. I think it's got a hot tub.
Proudly serving the entire military community. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Car wrecks can be scary. It can feel like the whole world is crashing down all around you. You have to get your car fixed, deal with expensive medical bills. Your life feels upside down. And the insurance company doesn't want to pay for any of it. Come on, that's not right. Tell them to call me. I'll fight to get you all the money you deserve. When it comes to accidents, I'm on top of it.
Congratulations to the Fox 44 Storm Team on 5 years in a row.
Get even more during Ram Memorial Day sales event. And now Maxwell Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in Killeen. All 1,500 Ram Laramie Edition crew cabs are 23% off sticker, or save $14,825 on 23 Dodge Durango. Now Maxwell's got your big savings.
Fox 44 Sports with Eric Kelly.
Well, it truly is now or never for high school teams around the state when it comes to getting to that state tournament. It's just a couple days away from a softball perspective, less than 2 weeks for baseball. And we start in that baseball realm and at the 1A level in terms of matchups on Saturday, where the Abbott Panthers enter Saturday in the driver's seat. After the Panthers won Game 1 of their regional final series on Wednesday, they'll have a chance to punch their ticket to state at 2 against Dodge City, with Game 3, if necessary, set for 30 minutes after. Then in 4A, it's a winner-take-all Game 3 for China Spring. Cougars look to carry their positive momentum after a walk-off win yesterday into Saturday, with first pitch against Carthage scheduled for 2 o'clock. Meanwhile, in the softball diamond, it's one game for all the marbles for the defending 2A state champion Crawford Lady Pirates. They'll start the day as a whole with a matchup against Trenton, with first pitch scheduled for 1 o'clock in Waxahachie. And then to close out the night, it's a battle at Lake Belton. Franklin and Grandview ready for a winner-take-all Game 3 after splitting the 2 games this week. That one will start at 7. Of course, we'll have all those highlights and scores coming up tomorrow night at 9 on Fox 44. Going to college baseball now, where Texas A&M looked to book a spot in a second straight SEC tournament semifinals. Looked for another good start from the pitching. Got that early from Will Johnson. Gets a quick 3-up, 3-down to start the game. He'd go 6 innings, strike out 8. For the first time in Hoover, though, A&M wins score first. Ags get a response, down 1-0 until Ryan Targach rips one to right to tie the contest at 1 apiece. Then down 3-2 in the 7th. That's where A&M thrives this season. Hunter Haas on this occasion deep and gone to left. He'll get a ride on what they're calling the whammy wagon in the dugout. The Aggies get their D1 best 8th win when trailing in the 6th inning or later with a 5-4 victory. So the Aggies are pretty much locked into getting a chance to play in the national postseason this year, which is set to start next week. Now this week, it's the men's golf world that finds its focus on Greyhawk Golf Club, the site of the 2023 NCAA Championships. And in Scottsdale, Arizona is where the Baylor men's golf team finds itself. Bears teed off at the NCAA Championships earlier today. Was a slow start for Mike McGraw's team, as it took about 2 hours for the Bears to card their first birdie of the day, and they'd finish with just 4 on the day. And of course, that McGraw called a championship one earlier this week, certainly showing that merit so far on this Friday. Like I mentioned, a rough go of things in round 1 for the Bears. They currently sit in 30th place. Long way to go still at the NCAA Championship, with still 2 rounds guaranteed left for Baylor, and it was a windy day in Scottsdale as well. But as things sit currently, Bears will have to make up 20 strokes over the weekend to even have a shot to make that 8-team match play tournament. That's sports. Right back with a fine takeaway.
This weather segment is brought to you locally by WC Tractor, your award-winning Kubota dealer.
The Ford Bronco Sport is made for Texas. On the road in the city or off-road on your next adventure. Either way, Ford has you covered. With Ford Protect's premium maintenance plan, scheduled maintenance is covered for 3 years, including select wear items. Make it even easier with Ford Pickup and Delivery. Get a Ford Bronco Sport with 0.9 financing, plus up to $500 accessory cash, plus premium maintenance.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
At Douglas Subaru, we're ready to help you find that perfect vehicle. Browse our selection, and if you don't see what you want, we'll guide you through the custom order process so you'll get exactly what you need. Get a new 2022 Subaru WRX Limited 6MT for only $35,275 and rates as low as 2.9%. Plus, you'll receive complimentary maintenance for your vehicle. Our certified pre-owned inventory is backed by a 152-point inspection and a 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Visit us at Douglas Subaru, home of the nice guy.
We're making Golden Chick fans everywhere. People love our spicy, famous Wicked Wings. Just $6.99 for 6 wings and a fresh baked roll. And our new Big and Wicked chicken sandwich is just $4.99. They love it. We've made some new fans.
Golden Chick.
Being the new face of Don't Mess with Texas comes with a lot of responsibility. Thanks.
I'll never litter, Joe.
Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter.
Hi, this is Pastor Ramiro Pena, inviting you to join us every Sunday morning here on Fox 44 at 9:30 a.m.
When the weather changes from day to day, you want a reliable weather team to count on. The Fox 44 Storm Team, Central Texas certified most accurate forecast.
Over South Korea after a plane door is opened mid-air. Crazy. Cell phone video captured the terrifying scene on an Asiana Airlines jet as passengers hold on for their lives. Airline officials say a passenger opened the emergency exit door on the flight minutes before landing in Daeju. 200 passengers and crew were on board the flight from Jeju Island off South Korea's southern coast. The pilot pulled off a safe landing, but 12 people were injured. Police arrested the unidentified passenger who confessed to opening the door. And
it's not easy to open those emergency exits, I don't think.
No.
Especially with all the air compression.
Yeah.
You would assume it'd be pretty tough to do.
That is why I keep my seatbelt on the whole time.
Yeah,
sometimes
I
the little
do too.
seatbelt light turns off.
But look, the wind. Imagine the rush of that. And the folks are sitting right there.
I'm curious what the reaction was from the person who was dozing off to sleep. Because some passengers saw it happen, I guess, and could kind of expect
Could you
what was about
imagine
to
how
happen.
much that would pop?
Yeah, and I'm the one dozing off to sleep always.
But just
I'm
you're dozing off to sleep and you wake up, and all of a sudden the door is open. Yeah, I'm asking for a swift refund on that flight.
And you know what? The man who opened it, was he all right? Because if you're right by the door, like he probably.
I mean, listen.
I don't know. Let's take a last look at your long-range 10-day forecast really quick. Tomorrow's going to be warm. Afternoon highs in the mid to upper 80s across central Texas. A mix of sun and clouds. Rain chances return Sunday and Monday.
All right, we'll take that. Thanks so much, Haley. All right, thanks for joining us. And check out fox44news.com. That's where it's at. See you next week.
Sheldon and Missy face off in Book Smarts versus Street Smarts.
It was like thwack and the gathunk.
Young Sheldon.
Weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on Fox 4.
Accidents happen, but you don't have to live with the dents. Hail damage, door dings, even minor collision. Save money, time, and your factory paint by choosing First Choice Dents.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. We ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to insurance through AAA Texas today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance.